Today on the menu is this small Cornish hen, and we'll be cooking it up with nothing but this tiny little stove that runs on nothing but alcohol. Stay tuned. The stove that we're using is super small, so it needs a platform to stand on so we can rest our Dutch oven on it. So what I use is a small tiny aluminum pail with holes cut in the side that will allow air to breathe. And I just sit it on top of a tile to protect the cheap pallet wood that I have, and we go from there. Fill it up about 3/4 way maximum. That'll give you about 30 minutes of burn time. The alcohol that runs on this thing is denatured alcohol, and sometimes it burns so clean you can hardly tell if it's lit or not. You have to see the little waves coming up from the heat, and we got that now. So now what we'll do is we'll put the Dutch oven on top, let it start preheating. I use these old crummy pans for when I'm cooking out here because the wife won't let me use the good new stuff, which I can't say I blame her. So what we'll do is we'll take this little hen, stick them in there. Stick either him or her in there. I don't know which. Well, actually, I guess it's a her, huh? And then we'll put a little bit of salt on there. Salt it up. A little bit of pepper. And a little bit of garlic powder. And once it's cooked later on, I haven't decided yet. I might put some barbecue sauce on there just to kind of mix it up. And then I'll put a little bit of olive oil on top, just to make sure it stays a little crispy. Rub that on. Then once this Dutch oven gets preheated, I'll show you how we'll cook it. We'll go from there. What's up, little buddy? You gonna eat some hen with me? You gonna eat some hen with me? You gonna get a treat? So now we got the oven heated up. I'll just take this little bread pan and stick it in there just to keep the pan that we're cooking in off the bottom, so the bottom won't burn, and it'll kind of have kind of a oven effect, which is, I guess, is why we're using a Dutch oven. Stick that in there. And we'll check it here in just a little bit. Again, we get about 30 minutes of burn time off of each tank, so I have a feeling we'll be using a couple tankfuls from this little Trangia stove that we're using. Stay tuned. Believe it or not, already I can see that this little stove is going to be cooking the hen probably too fast. So this little Trangia stove, which is one thing I like about it, comes with a small simmering. And you can put this on top, and that can help control the flow of fire. So what you do is you put it on about where you think, halfway. Throw it on there. Maybe that'll slow things down a little bit. Not sure if you can see that, but this thing is doing some serious cooking. We're about 35 minutes into the cook. As you can see, it's well on its way. Maybe a good another 15 minutes or so. Now that we're getting close to being done, I'm going to put a little bit of water in the bottom and cook up some egg noodles to go with this. So there you have it. We cooked ourselves up a little bit of hen, a little bit of noodles, all with just a tiny little alcohol stove and a little bit of fuel. So I'd say this project was a success. So make sure you go out and cook you something different. Thanks for watching. Bon appetit.